and welcome back to Kids Storytime with Miss Randall. I am Miss Randall, your storyteller and also author of the wonderful book Sparkle the Fly, which celebrates the power of truly being yourself. Now, you are going to love today's story. It's taken from a first book of fairy tales, and I will be reading to you today Rumplestiltskin. Now, before we start, don't forget to click like and subscribe for even more amazing stories. Are you ready to get reading? Let's go. Once upon a time, there was a miller who boasted to the king that his daughter could spin straw into gold. "Oh, really?" said the king. "Then bring her to me. Such a skill will be very useful in my palace." The miller's daughter came to the palace. She was horrified to learn what her father had been saying. "Here is a room full of straw, my dear," said the king. "If it is not spun into gold by morning, you shall die." So the poor girl was locked in a large storeroom with lots of straw and a spinning wheel. She had no idea what to do, so she burst into tears. Suddenly, a funny little man appeared and asked what was the matter. When she told him, he said, "What will you give me if I do it for you?" "My necklace," said the girl, and the little man agreed. The little man set to work, and soon the room was full of reels of gold. The miller's daughter looked on in amazement. Wow! In the morning, the little man disappeared. When the king came in, he was delighted with the girl. But he was greedy too. So he gave her an even larger room full of straw to turn into gold. The girl was even more desperate. Then, as if by magic, the man appeared again. "What will you give me this time?" he asked. The girl gave him a ring. But on the third night, when she was locked in a huge barn, she had nothing left to give the little man. "I'll take your firstborn child if you marry the king," he said. And marry the king was just what the girl did, because he was so pleased with all of the gold. He didn't ask the girl to spin any more gold, but a year later, she gave him something more precious, a baby son. The queen had forgotten all about her promise to the little man. Then one day, he appeared and demanded the baby. She was so upset that he took pity on her and said, "If you can guess my name within 3 days, you may keep the child." For 2 frantic days, the queen guessed. Casper, Melchior, Big Ears, Balthazar, Bottlenose. But nothing was right. So she sent her servants out far and wide to search for unusual names. The next day, a servant came back and said he had seen a funny little man capering round a fire in the forest singing, "Oh, and the baby and the game, Rumplestiltskin is my name." So, when the little man came back, the Queen said, "Is your name Wayne? Is it Darren? Is it perhaps Rumplestiltskin?" The little man jumped up and down with rage. "Who told you? Who told you?" he roared, stamping his foot onto the ground so hard that it went straight through. He disappeared and was never seen again. I hope you have loved today's story, Rumplestiltskin, taken from a first book of fairy tales. Now, don't forget to click like and subscribe for even more amazing stories. Now, what's your favourite story? Draw a picture and ask your adult to share it with us on Facebook or Instagram using the hashtag Storytime with Miss Randall. And each week we will feature one of the pictures at the end of the video. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you again on the next Kids Storytime with Miss Randall.